It is a beautiful morning, just beautiful. It's June 18th, and there's not a cloud in the sky. It's about 10 in the morning, and slowly the sun is going over the trees here, and it'll be down on here probably in about 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to show you really quick what I'm doing today. I am going to go ahead and switch over everything from my spring garden to my summer garden. When I initially planted out my garden, I had half of it cool season, and I reserved the other half for my warm season. So there are a lot of tomatoes in here, green beans, corn, and that kind of thing. And then I still have growing, of course, my kale and my sugar snap peas and those kind of things as well. I've also moved in tomato plants a couple of weeks ago. They're nestled in here between the kale. But today I'll be moving out a lot of this, and I'll get to move in my final plantings of tomatoes and cucumbers. And I think this will be really nice too, because it'll be kind of a succession planting. A lot of my tomatoes I planted out about a month earlier, and so I'll still have some producing real nice for me by the end of the growing season, which will be the ones I put in today. Alright, so a lot of things are growing and not growing. I'm going to go ahead and plant out this bed. I can't wait to do that. I'm going to cover it up with some green beans. And the purple coneflower is starting to bloom. There's lots of little blooms on here. Really pretty. Okay. And then, without getting you too dizzy here, the calendula is doing wonderfully. Green beans are coming up. I've also starting to notice my first insects. The Mexican bean beetle is visiting the cucumber just like it did last year. So there are probably a lot of eggs that overwintered in my garden. So I'm going to have my work cut out for me again this year with the Mexican bean beetle. Okay, and then this is the mustard. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out today as well and dry it. I'm going to do a separate video on some of the things a little bit more specifically as to drying and how I'm pulling out my sugar snap peas. Carrots and everything over here. Let's see how the carrots are looking. This one is kind of falling over a little bit. Maybe I'll pull it out and see if it's developing a carrot. No, that's not going to be a carrot. That's not carrot ready yet. This one's falling over a little bit. Let me see if I can get it. A little tiny carrot there. Those have a ways to go. All of the herbs I've been waiting for to go to seed are now in bloom. And then this one too is just a carrot that I overwintered. So it's going to seed as well. Of course the dill is beautiful. The amaranth down there has gotten a little attacked by a worm. I've been away from the garden for probably about 4 days, and so I've noticed a few more insects now that I've returned. And then this is the butternut squash, looking good. Corn is coming up very nicely. I have a squash over there, so I'm hoping that there won't be too much of cross-pollination between these two right here. We'll just have to see how that goes. Alrighty, and cucumber. This cucumber plant that's in the Sun Square Foot garden is just beautiful. And my plants are producing tomatoes already, which is great. They're not ripe yet, but there are some sunrise bumblebee little cherry tomatoes over here that are looking great. We've got some beefsteak down there. On the other side I have a Pantano Romanesco. The potatoes have not started falling over yet, but they did flower a little bit. So I'm not sure. I'm kind of new to growing potatoes. I grew them last year, had a nice small harvest. I grew them in a container, and it was nice. But this right here, I'm hoping to get a good harvest out of it. We'll see. And then green beans are making their way up, and they've got little flowers on them. So that won't be long before I'll be able to enjoy green beans. Hopefully my sun gold tomatoes will be doing well here soon. This one right here is turning a little yellow, so that's great. Alrighty, there you have it, and hopefully you guys are out there digging in your dirt, planting some yummy things, and thanks for watching.